And welcome to the Carolina Panthers post-game show, our version of the Coach's Corner. I'm the coach, Dick Cox, joined by Coach Barry Toney. Well, Coach Toney, our game today between the Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons had a little bit of everything. First half was 3-3 at the half. I thought we were at a soccer match. Second half, third quarter, I thought we were at Wrestle-Rama. That we had, it looked like we went to a fight and a football game broke out. And then fourth quarter, we had a whale of a back-and-forth football game. So we saw a little bit of everything today.
You're absolutely right, Coach. Like I said, that first half was basically a defensive struggle, but then things started opening up. Kind of had a few skirmishes, and I think that enticed both Panthers and the Falcons. And I saw both teams really picking up after that occurred.
They did, and I heard Norman was saying today, too, that he thought that the Falcons were chippy the whole game. And that basically, even Ron Rivera said this, too, there comes a time when you've just got to get in there and you've got to stand your right and not get pushed around, and that's basically what it came down to. But there was one time out there, what'd you count, 3 or 4 separate fights going on?
One time I looked out there and saw what I call a triangle effect out there. I saw in 3 particular groups where there was some mouthing going on and little trash talking. And, Coach, I thought I saw a lot of military. It's kind of like military day. And I saw a bunch of parachutes start flying up there, those yellow parachutes by the officials there.
Yes, we did. That the troopers did come in here with flags flying everywhere. I thought it was Sheldon Cooper's flag day today with those two. But, you know, with all the skirmishes going on, I was looking for Ric Flair maybe to come off the top rope, or Hulk Hogan or somebody here, though. But like you said, that seemed to wake the team up. It got the crowd back in the game. And what had been a very, very sluggish performance on the part of Cam Newton, missing wide open receivers, a lot of 3-and-outs and all. Fourth quarter, he was able to dial it up with his rookie receivers and with also Greg Olsen, and the Panthers came from 2 touchdowns down to actually take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Oh, you're right there, Coach. They came back 17-16, but you and I both, when we were up in the press box, said, you know, they may have scored a little too early, but, you know, the Falcons, they got the ball and drove down and then, you know, hit the game-winning field goal, but the Panthers still had 2 opportunities, you know, late in the game. Of course, that last one was a 63-yarder. But Coach Rivera said, you know, he has hit those in practice. And then the one that we thought was good, but it started bearing off to the left. That 47-yard field goal was missed by the Panthers. So, hey, real good ball game, though. Very interesting. We saw just about everything we could.
You know, a lot of stake coming in today for the Panthers, a chance to move back to first place, though. But this is the wild and wacky, nobody wants it South Division, because New Orleans at home today gets blown out by Cincinnati. Atlanta moves into first right now, though. But lo and behold, here comes Tampa Bay. They're only about a game or so back, though. But, you know, the Panthers right now have got a bye week right now. They've got a week to try to get healthy. They'll be getting some players back, though. You got 5 weeks to go, and basically, like it was said, whoever can get hot over these last 5 weeks is going to win this thing.
Hey, you're absolutely right, Coach. And while we were in there, you know, interviewing some of the Panthers, I happened to look at the schedule, and really the schedule could be favorable for the Panthers because they playing on the road. You know, like the next time they play is going to be Minnesota. Outside of the conference, it may be Minnesota and Cleveland Browns. Then they'll be playing the Buccaneers, Falcons, and the Saints. So, you know, they could run the table. And if they run the table, they'll be in.
You know, the winner of this division may go into the playoffs with a losing record, but my philosophy is I'd rather have an ugly date than being standing in the corner being a wallflower watching everybody else dance.
Hey, you're right there, Coach. And I liked what Cameron, you know, Newton said. He said, now, you know, there is a sense of urgency and responsibility for each one. And the Coach, they take it one play at a time, one game at a time, and they could be on top. Because, like I said, the schedule is not really what I call, you know, very difficult. And if they take care of business, you know, within their conference, then, you know, take care of the Vikings and the Browns, hell, they'll be there.
The Panthers have 3 games left, and of that 3, they have another game with New Orleans in the Dome. They have Atlanta in Atlanta, and they have Tampa coming here. So they got 3 games against the 3 teams that they're playing against. So, again, they can control their own destiny. I know they've said this for about the last 7 weeks. I think it maybe have won 1 game in the last 9 weeks, but as crazy as it sounds, it ain't over till the ugly fat lady sings.
You're absolutely right, and I know I'm positive for most of the time. I think the Panthers, if they can, you know, get their heads together, forget about what's happened today, learn from it, it's going to be good. They're going to have an open week, and then be ready for the long stretch there. They could take it.
Again, Matt Ryan has a lot of weapons to work with the receivers he's got, but the Panther defense, I thought, did a good job today. You know, you knew that you had Matt Ryan. You know that you've got Bryant, the field goal kicker, lurking over there on the sidelines. But I thought, the Panthers had a good chance to steal a win today in spite of everything that happened. Had two chances to win it.
That's right there, coaching. And sports, as well that every team at one time or another is going to be going through adversity, going through some setbacks, but it's not so much that you go through those, it's how you're going to handle it. And now, other than saying that the Panthers will be physically tough, we're going to check and see if they have a tremendous amount of mental toughness.
And, the good thing about it is next week not having a game, you might be able to pick up ground not even playing.
That's right, and not pick up ground. And then also, I believe Cam said, some players that have been out, give them time to recuperate and have everybody on board once they start that final stretch.
On a cold, wintry day in the 40s today at the Bank of America Stadium, we get a cold, wintry result as the Atlanta Falcons come in and squeak away and head back down I-85 with a 19-17 victory. He's Coach Toney, which I'm glad to have you back in the saddle with.
What there, Coach? Hey, I appreciate having the opportunity to come up here. It's always a blessing to be able to get up there in the press box with about 70 degrees and all that fine food and victuals. Hey, it's something else.
Well, I hate that your football season came to a screeching halt this past weekend in the playoffs, but it's good to have you back in the saddle with us again.
Well, I appreciate being here. And our Chestnut High School Eagles, Coach, they did have an outstanding year, 10-2. Coach Lehman, he's had about 10 or 11 wins his last 3 years. He's doing a fantastic job at Chestnut High School, and hopefully we'll continue on.
Well, we will be with you tomorrow night with NBA basketball. Sleep well tonight. As Coach Toney would tell you, Fido this one. Forget it and drive on. And we'll be back at Bank of America Stadium in a few weeks. Till then, have a good week. Have a good Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye-bye.